Annabelle the Doll, the curse that never ends. It was the 1970s, and a seemingly harmless gift would become the embodiment of terror. Annabelle, a raggedy, worn-out doll, was no ordinary plaything. What started as a simple present turned into one of the most terrifying paranormal cases ever recorded. The story of Annabelle is not just a tale of a haunted object, but of a malicious entity that fed off fear and sought to destroy everyone who dared cross its path. This is the terrifying true story of the Annabelle doll, an innocent toy that carried a curse. The gift that would change everything. Donna, a nursing student, received a gift from her mother in 1978, a doll named Annabelle. It was a Raggedy Ann doll, innocent enough in appearance, with a red yarn wig and a smile painted on its face. But soon after the doll entered Donna's apartment, strange things began to happen. Donna lived with her roommate Angie, and both women initially didn't think much of the doll. But it didn't take long before the unsettling events began. At first, Donna noticed that Annabelle seemed to move by itself. The doll would be placed in one spot on the bed, but when they'd return, it would be in another position. At times, they would find it standing up on the chair, or even in a completely different room. This was disturbing enough, but the horror really began when the notes started appearing. On several occasions, Donna and Angie found little pieces of paper in the apartment with messages written in childlike handwriting. The notes by the spirit of a young girl, as they had initially thought, Annabelle's capture. But the Warrens knew that Annabelle's curse couldn't simply be destroyed. The only way to contain it was to lock the doll away. They took Annabelle back to their home and placed her in a special glass case marked with a warning: "Positively do not open." The doll was now sealed away, but its presence lingered. Even though Annabelle was locked in the case, the terror didn't end. People who mocked or tried to approach the doll had horrifying experiences. One man, who laughed at Annabelle in the Warrens Occult Museum, was involved in a near-fatal car crash just hours later. Another visitor, who dared to tap on the glass of the case, was struck by a violent series of accidents and terrifying nightmares. Annabelle had a hunger for chaos, and anyone who dared approach the doll was met with its wrath. The cursed doll seemed to exist on a different plane, untouched by time but always searching for new victim. The curse lives on. As the years went by, Annabelle remained in the Warrens Museum, her reputation growing among paranormal enthusiasts. But her power wasn't just a thing of the past. People continued to report feeling uneasy in the presence of the doll, and there were numerous accounts of inexplicable events surrounding her case. The legacy of Annabelle is not just a tale of a haunted object, but a terrifying warning. No matter how much we try to explain it away, some evil cannot be contained. And Annabelle, whether in her glass case or somewhere far more sinister, is proof that evil can manifest in the most unexpected places. Her curse lives on, quietly waiting for the next person to underestimate her power. It is a curse that defies explanation and continues to haunt everyone who dares to come too close. Annabelle the Doll has left a legacy of terror that extends beyond mere legend. She remains locked away in a museum, but the dark forces she represents are far from over. The question still lingers: what is it about certain objects that carry such a potent malevolence? And will Annabelle's curse ever truly end? Or is it merely waiting for the next soul to take its place? The medium revealed that Annabelle was being controlled by a demon, an ancient, malevolent entity. The demon had attached itself to the doll, using it as a vessel to inhabit and wreak havoc. The spirit that claimed to be Annabelle Higgins, a young girl who had died in the area many years ago, was nothing but a ruse to gain sympathy and power. This was no longer a harmless haunting. It was the beginning of something much worse. The Warrens arrived. Donna and Angie, terrified and desperate, turned to Ed and Lorraine Warren, the famous paranormal investigators. The Warrens had dealt with cases of demonic possession and hauntings for years, and they knew that this was no ordinary case. They understood that a demonic force was using Annabelle as a conduit, and that if it wasn't stopped, the entity would eventually take control of the women. Upon investigation, Ed and Lorraine confirmed that Annabelle was, indeed, a cursed object. The doll had become a physical manifestation of pure evil. They advised Donna to immediately rid herself of the doll, perform an exorcism.